Welcome back to Inside the Paddock. This is episode number 22. F1 is back in Singapore this weekend at a new look Marina Bay Street Circuit. Always a super tough race. Hot climate, longest race on the calendar in terms of time. And let's talk about it. Welcome back to Inside the Paddock, episode number 22. We got Singapore coming up this weekend, and it should be a interesting race as always. The original night race. First thing we usually get into in these episodes is a run through of the circuit, and it's gone through a couple of changes. So Kenji, do you want to take us through a lap at Singapore?
Sure. So yeah, it's more of like a street circuit. And the main or really the only modification to this year's circuit is turn 16 to 20, which used to be the part of the track that went under the grandstands, which is really cool. I think they're doing construction there, so there won't be any more of those grandstand shenanigans. It'll just be a long straight. But yeah, it's more of a street circuit, a lot of downforce. As Charlie mentioned, it's the longest race on the Formula One calendar. Very hot in Singapore. It's very humid there. So speaking of challenges for the drivers, it's a very big challenge, probably the biggest one of the season.
Yeah, and removing that tight section in Sector 3 should it just opens the track up a little bit more. Maybe teams will want to run a little bit less downforce because there's now a third fairly long straight. So we'll see how they adjust to that new change. We got hottest race of the season, longest race of the season, chance of rain, I believe, as well. Could be interesting. We're coming off a race at Monza that was pretty solid, but complete polar opposite, basically, in terms of track design and what you need to be fast there. So it should be interesting to see which teams have pace, which teams don't, and we'll see if Red Bull can clinch the Constructors' Championship.
That's right. I think, isn't it that Red Bull have to get a 1 and 2 finish, and Mercedes
they can't
don't
score.
finish in the order? Yeah, they can't finish in the points or something like that. So honestly, it's probably not going to happen this weekend, but it's definitely getting close. They definitely have the championship wrapped up, so it's been just a matter of when, not if. Really.
Yeah, you never know with Mercedes. So I guess Perez too, for that matter. But
this weekend could be feel like this weekend could be one of the more exciting races, especially if there is rain. Every year drivers say that it's the hardest race because of how hot it is. It's just unbearable. But yeah, even if there's rain, that adds another wild card in there. I think it's inevitable that Red Bull's going to win the championship. I think this weekend's too early to say that they will. But I don't know. You never know what could happen if in F1. My bad.
Yeah, last year obviously was a pretty good race. Lots of chaos. Max Verstappen got 7th, which is always a plus. If he's all the way down there, then something wild must have happened. So, solid race last year. Perez won in front of the 2 Ferraris. So, but right behind them, I think, were the McLarens, then Stroll, which is weird to think about right now. Daniel Ricciardo last year had one of his best finishes. He got 5th. He will not be racing this weekend. Liam Lawson will continue to be the second driver for AlphaTauri, and we'll see what he can prove this weekend at Singapore.
Yeah, on the one hand, I'm disappointed that Ricciardo's out because of all the excitement, but I feel like this is a good sort of test for Liam Lawson to see if he really is F1 ready. I mean, we've already seen he's had a good little stint, finishing in P11 in that Alpha is very, that car's not good, so that finish is very solid for what he's done. I feel like although a lot of the spotlight might be on Ricciardo and the fact that he's not racing, I think that this should be a really good time for Liam Lawson to just take a step back and realize that this is sort of a big deal to him, and this could be his pitch to teams. Like if he could maybe score in that AlphaTauri seat next year, driving well right now would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, I just kind of see Singapore as a confirmation, really. It's not necessarily a test. I think Lawson, at least through like the first 2 races, has already shown that he's F1 ready, that he's ready to step into that. Really, whatever role Red Bull gives him, whether that's a test seat at AlphaTauri or even like a fully fledged seat. I think there was a rumor actually that Alpha is planning to run Ricciardo and Lawson next year, and to have to just test in that Red Bull as a reserve driver. So I think to both Red Bull and to us, I think Lawson's already proved himself. It's just really a matter of confirming or showing us where exactly he is in comparison to drivers like Tsunoda and Ricciardo ultimately. So yeah, I think it's just, like I said, just another confirmation, I guess, of where he is.
Yeah. Lawson, obviously, with AlphaTauri right now, that is the big kind of question mark in terms of the grid for next season is who will be in that AlphaTauri. However, one of the spots on the grid was sealed up. Guan Yu Zhou re-signing with Alfa Romeo for 2024. Not a huge surprise, but still his performance hasn't been one that kind of guaranteed him a return, but he will be back, and I don't know. I'm excited to see what he could do if they had a better car. Obviously, Bottas, no, he makes that car look really quick, but sorry, the Alfa Romeo jokes. No, but Joe, yeah, he definitely has a little bit of potential, but that car just isn't very good. So we'll see what they can do in the future. Obviously, they're going to have Audi coming in a couple of years. I don't know if he'll be around for that transformation, but money will be coming into that team in the future. So they have the potential to develop a decent car, and I'd like to see what he can do with that.
The second Williams seat has still not been secured, right?
I believe so.
I don't think so, no.
So it's
Or has it?
I don't think it. So it's that seat that has been secured, and then what else is there? Is that pretty much it?
The AlphaTauri
AlphaTauris, I think.
Okay, yeah, both AlphaTauris.
Yeah.
And Sargent. We'll see what happens there. I think.
Also, Hamilton's retiring, so.
Sure.
Hey, I got you with that, Tim.
I was like a month ago.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so we got some new look liveries, which are always kind of fun. McLaren did something similar last year with a special livery for Singapore and Japan. Not exactly sure why that's necessary, but they gotta get advertisements somehow. They've kind of gone for a all black with orange logos. Nothing crazy. It looks pretty nice though. It'll look good under the lights, I think. They're calling it stealth mode. I don't know who they're sneaking up on. Definitely not a win, I don't think. Piastri likes to sneak up on Hamilton and not get in his blind spot and then get taken out. So maybe it's for that.
Then the Williams brought
back the Golf livery, which was obviously wildly popular at McLaren. They ran it at Monaco. Norris got a podium in it. Albon
Williams
podium.
Albon podium incoming.
I don't know.
Kenji, you think
Sergeant
Albon can get
Sergeant
a podium?
Win?
Sergeant Win, maybe.
Yeah. Shoot. The Gulf livery gives you powers. That's all I can say.
Lock up that seat, Logan. Anyway.
I don't know. Good looking livery though. Color combination pretty solid. I think Williams should just kind of go to that full time. Why not? Got the powder blue and the orange.
It's the McLaren 2.0. Their Gulf livery, whatever.
Yeah, it's a brand. It's like a big oil. I mean, they're all every sponsor is just oil.
Every sponsor is oil.
But
yeah,
BWT, best water. All right. Anything else, guys? Get into predictions. Do we want to talk about our boy Helmut Marko and his courteous remarks?
It's I don't know. It's just Helmut Marko has a reputation for being not the most. I don't know how to say it. Like,
let's just say he has no, I guess, filter.
yeah.
He doesn't really think about. He's not very diplomatic. Let's put it that way. He's very direct, as many Austrians are, and yeah. I mean, no defending. Obviously, it's very, very wrong. But yeah.
I mean, it didn't really seem like. I mean, of all the racist things you can say, it wasn't that offensive, but it just was unnecessary. Like,
You
and it
didn't
just
need
didn't
to
make
say
any
South
sense.
American.
Like,
you could have just said
doesn't
he's
make
not
any
as
sense.
focused as
And
Max.
I don't know if that's even a stereotype. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither.
And he's from.
He's from
Austria. Like, why would he know? Anyway, I mean,
he's not. He called Perez a South American, and he's from Mexico, which is in North America.
You've got like 10
Like,
countries
what?
separating Mexico and South America. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, just I don't know what he's he's on something else.
Yeah.
We got
Moving on to predictions.
I guess
All right.
Singapore. Yeah, that's where I got my first points on the F1 game. Just wanna.
I was awful at this track on the F1 game for some reason.
So I was too.
I
This
liked
track
it.
in Imola, I don't like. Yeah, these two tracks. Bad.
I don't like Imola, but
I
I
was
like
always bad
this
at
one more than
Monaco,
Baku a lot.
I like Baku.
Baku's fun, dude.
No,
Baku's
Yeah,
I like this
especially
one
the
way
straight.
I like I don't like Monaco at all.
I've
on the
never
F1
even, I've
game either.
genuinely have not ever tried Monaco on my.
It's just
computer.
hard.
I got into the top 6% in Monaco time trials, so
Damn,
happy about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's valid.
Well done.
but I was still like 3 seconds off the world record or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Those dudes are insane. I mean,
What
they're
was
all
it?
like former
Yarno
drivers.
Otmir.
Yeah, Yarno
Yeah.
Otmir. He
That
drove
dude
like
is-
F4 or something like
Yeah,
that.
he was
so,
actually good.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I don't like Monaco though. I just do it like with the time trials. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty. Predictions, I suppose we can get into.
Definitely.
Who wants to go first?
I'll volunteer myself,
Okay.
as always. This is a hard one. You know what? I'm going to say that Checo slaps back at Helmut Marko and gets P1 in Singapore. I mean, Max already got the record. I think it's fair to say that he's the favorite in every race for the rest of the year. But I don't know. Just throw Checo out there, P1. Maybe he can make a comeback. And then I'll put Max right behind him in P2. You know, you never know with the weather incoming and what could happen. In P3, I'm going to say that Hamilton sneaks in there for P3. Experienced driver, tough track. I think he could do well. P4, I'm going to give it to I'm going to give it to a Ferrari after their performance. I'm going to give it to Leclerc to get P4 in Singapore. And then I will give P5 to Alonso. I mean, the McLaren has the opportunity to do good, but I'm going to go with Checo, Max, Lewis, Leclerc, and then Alonso.
I can go next.
You want me to? All right, cool, Charlie.
Perez is pretty good at this track. Max, not his best circuit. I'm gonna go with Max. See why not. I mean, I think he should win. Second place, I'll go with Perez though. He is pretty good at this track, so we'll see. Third place, I'm gonna go with Alonso. Last kind of slow speed track we were at, he put up a good race. So I think he should, if his car is good enough, I think he's got the motivation to try and get that P3. P4, I will go with Lando Norris. I mean, obviously a lot of weird stuff went on at the Zandvoort, but he qualified second. Last year he was fourth in this race in a car wasn't very good. So give me Norris, and then fifth I will go with Lewis Hamilton.
All right, cool. Yeah, I still think Max is gonna win the race. I mean, he's not. I don't think he's ever won here in Singapore, right? But even with that being said, I feel like 2023 is, the years where all the curses come to die. Basically, they said the same thing about Max not being able to win 2 years in a row at Italy. He did. And obviously he's won 10 in a row. That car is as good as it has been all year. So I think Max is still the obvious favorite to win. Checo P2, because Red Bull is very good, obviously, and we know Checo does very good at street circuits. He has his contract secured, everything, so really there should be no problems except for, maybe the rain comes on Sunday, throw the wild card in, but in that case, everything's screwed then, really. But, yeah, Max and Checo P1, P2. For P3, I'm going to go Hamilton. We saw his pole lap in 2018. It was probably one of the best laps, at least recently. So, yeah, Hamilton P3. Alonso P4. I don't know. I think Singapore is a very slow speed track, and we know Hamilton does good at slow speed tracks like Monaco. Yeah, I think Alonso can do well here. Maybe not finish on the podium. I don't think he's going to beat Lewis, but yeah, P4 for Alonso. And yeah, for round out my top five, I have Lando because it's a very downforce focused track, and I think McLaren can do well here if they have a good downforce setup. But yeah. Tim, why did you pick a Ferrari when this is a different track from Italy?
I don't know. Throw a wild card in there.
He doesn't think about these things.
No, I did.
Okay.
I'm sure you did, Tim.
Anyway, sneaky points. What's up? Go for it.
No, I was just gonna say we need to do points finishers too.
Yeah. Sneaky points. As I said earlier, Logan Sargent is gonna do well. He's gonna do better than the Alfa Romeos. Mark my words.
So even though this is a downforce track, and we know the Williams usually prefers high-speed tracks, you still think Sargent's gonna? Is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke. I think he's gonna score a point this weekend.
All right. Well, let's see. I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
How about you, Charlie?
Sneaky points. Shoot, my boy Bottas, he got me a point last weekend. Do I ride with him?
No.
I'm going to say no. Who will I go with then? I will go with Nico Hulkenberg. Yes. I believe he has. Whoa! What happened to it? I believe he has gotten enough races under his belt here that he will be able to drag that ass car into the points, and he will join Bottas in the Hall of Fame of me, like my personal Hall of Fame.
Of what?
10th place finishers.
All right. Go ahead, Kenji. Give us your expertise.
Is anyone picking Mazepin this weekend?
Mazepin?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Do we think we can get a point here?
He's already in my Hall of Fame.
Yeah. About Latifi, guys.
Unfortunate we never got to see his performance at this track. I think it's a real shame.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we never saw him win. But
They took it away from us.
It's unfair.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they should put him and the best Ukrainian driver in tanks and just sort it out that way.
Gen Z solutions.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Good luck convincing Putin.
shoot, I think Zelensky might be for it.
Honestly. All right, go Kenji. You got it.
Can you pick? Can I pick an Alpine?
Honestly,
They've been pretty
if you want,
bad.
maybe top
All right,
8.
I'm gonna go. Bro, why do you keep putting all these stipulations?
No,
on
okay,
me,
top
dude?
10.
Last. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with Ocon because this is like I said, it's a slow speeder. God, what am I saying? Slower speed track, and Alpine, we know it does good at those tracks, like Monaco and stuff. So I don't know. I think when an Alpine should score a point here, so probably Ocon. Yeah.
Lots of opportunities for penalties, though.
Fair.
Okay. That's fair, yeah.
Ocon loves penalties. All right. Well, I have a game prepared for you two today, and it did take me quite a little bit of time to prepare because I could not find the information already done for me, so I had to do it myself. So I went through every single Singapore Grand Prix since 2008 when it started. So it's happened every year except 2020 and 2021. And I added up every single person who scored a point at that race. There was quite a few people who have scored points in Singapore all time. There will be an extra point to whoever can guess that number. But that will be at the end of this challenge. So I want you to alternate and try and give me the all-time top 10 points accumulators at Singapore. And for 2008 and 2009, I did convert it to the new scoring system. So it's not the old. I changed it to what it would have been if it was the same points. So 10 drivers on here. I want you to give me the top 10. Tim, you can go first because Kenji knows more than you.
Rigged game.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton is third place for 8 points. Someone keep track of this.
I got you.
Okay.
So this includes obviously retired drivers too, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right. So if it's not Hamilton, I'm gonna go with Vettel. I don't know.
Vettel is far and away number 1, over about almost 80 points clear of almost 90 points clear of second. 10 points for Kenji. Tim, go.
Okay. Who's been? Ooh, Kimi Räikkönen.
Kimi Räikkönen is 6th place for 5 points. Kenji?
Wait, so did Tim get the 5 points for Hamilton already?
He got 8 points.
Okay.
You got 10. So it's
Can I
just
say
like,
Hamilton? What's up?
it's just like decreasing order. So like first place, you guess first, you get 10.
Oh, okay, I see. I'm gonna go with Alonso.
Alonso is 2nd place
I knew it,
for
man.
9 points. Won the first ever Singapore Grand Prix in the scandal.
Yeah, that's right.
The crash gate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll throw Rosberg in there.
Nico Rosberg is 4th place for 7 points.
All right, so we have fifth, right?
5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th.
All right. We have Lewis, Alonso. Give me all the drivers who have been said so far.
Vettel, Alonso, Hamilton, Rosberg, Räikkönen.
Okay, cool. Range. Let's go Bottas.
You want Bottas?
Yeah.
Bottas is 10th place for 1 point.
Oh. I gotta think here.
Score is tied, I believe, right? 3-3. 20-20.
I haven't been keeping count, honestly.
Tim is.
It's 2020.
So now we get 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th.
I just really trying to think of the drivers who have been there. Shoot. I know there's probably an obvious answer somewhere. I just can't think of it. Give me, man, I don't know. Who's been around for a while and on a good team? Give me Daniel Ricciardo.
Daniel Ricciardo is 5th place for 6 points.
Get in there.
I don't think he's ever won, but he's gotten second a couple times. Seventh, 8th, 9th remaining.
All right. Give me Weber.
Mark Webber is not there.
Bruh.
He only got 30 points. Had a bunch of DNFs or just didn't finish in the points a couple times during the Red Bull years.
I'll take Max.
Max Verstappen is 9th place for 2 points.
So we have.
All right,
10th,
Tim, you've won, right?
No, there's still more.
No, there's 7th and 8th left.
Okay. Damn, this is hard. Who's been said so far? Give me another count again, please.
Vettel, Alonso, Hamilton, Rosberg, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Verstappen, Bottas, and Webber have been said.
Damn. I don't know, like Massa or something.
Massa?
Yeah,
Felipe Massa is not there.
So we
bruh.
need 7th and 8th, right?
7th and 8th, correct.
Wait, how many points did Ricardo get me?
6.
6, okay. 7th and 8th. Okay. I really don't know. I don't remember when this dude retired, but Button.
Jenson Button is 7th place for 4 points.
Ooh.
He got 2nd place, I believe. I think he won with Braun and then got second,
Yeah,
like
that's
3
what
years in a row with McLaren
I was
right
just
behind.
thinking about the Braun year, and I knew he was with McLaren. So
All
it's
right, just 8th place now. Can Kenji win? Probably not, right?
Nah.
You want to give a shout?
Yeah, I'll go. I don't know. I've been halved the whole day, so I don't know. I'm Perez. I don't know.
Sergio Perez is 8th
All right.
for 3 points,
All right.
ahead of Verstappen.
That's
More points
kinda
at
crazy.
Singapore all time than Verstappen.
that was a good
That was a good game. Yeah.
that was.
Yeah. Good work, Tim. That's
Yeah, good game, Kenji.
good game,
Good
Tim.
deal.
It's okay.
All right. Well, I think that just about does it for this episode.
Yeah. I honestly forgot we were recording at the end there. So if you actually sat through that,
Thank
we
you.
were naming every point finisher that in the history of the Singapore Grand Prix, and Kenji and Tim managed to get it. Mostly Kenji.
Honestly, yeah. I could
yeah.
probably
Hey,
make
Tim got some too.
I could probably make that like its own video. Like just cut it out and
Yeah,
make
maybe
it.
that's a better idea.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back soon after the race to recap what happened for you guys. And, yeah, see you next time.